of Goa wants to know. Our guest today is former Deputy Chief Minister and the leader of MGP, Sudhir Dhalikar Bab. He has obviously been a major newsmaker this week and after aligning with the TMC and has made this whole coalition one of the more formidable forces in the coming elections. I will speak to him on a variety of issues including alliance politics, the MGP's past and his future vision for Goa and his opinions about various important issues and statements currently dogging the headlines. Welcome Sudhir Bab, welcome to this debate.
Namaskar.
So I will begin by asking you what made you align with the TMC, because this alliance is an alliance of Goa's oldest party and the newest party. And when you had so many other options, including parties who you have aligned with before, why did you choose TMC?
When I have gone through different parties, I have seen the working of all the parties. And every Goan has seen the working of MGP from 1963 to 1979. Everybody was happy at that time. But when Congress got elected in 1980 as a US Congress, then in one night they changed to Indira Congress. Initial stage when Pratap Singh Rani was the Chief Minister in 1987 till that, he has worked very hard. Once the PDF government said that Goa is spoiled. And there are n number of Chief Ministers, what we have seen till 2002. Now looking at the scenario of the political and administration, I personally feel that the Chief Ministers who have sworn in after 1989 could not give correct guidance to the Goa. Neither they have brought projects, Chief Minister, except Manohar Parrikar.
But Sudhir Bab, you have worked in coalition with many of these chief ministers. You have supported them also.
I was one of the persons who was always with all this coalition because the things were there in Goa, what we have seen in last so many years, that neither party get the correct majority. And because of that, somehow, to rule Goa, you have to get combined with other
So what
parties.
I'm saying is, if the other governments have failed to deliver, then you as a part of that government should also take some accountability for those failures.
Definitely, but I personally feel the head of the person when gets failure, other cabinet could not do anything. There are a lot of issues. For example, head of the government, say Chief Minister, being a finance minister failed, which department will perform? Nobody, if finance is failed, no department can perform. This is what happening in Goa for last so many years. And that is the reason when I have gone through it, I have decided if something, then I have seen the survey also.
Right.
In survey, I have seen 60% of the people not yet decided to whom to vote. When this huge amount of voters cannot decide as on today to whom to vote, then there is a new chance.
Right.
Then I started thinking. When I started thinking first chance, that time, what I have seen is up. But I could not make it with I. But when our TMC people through IPAC approached me, I found something different is coming in Goa. And when people like Prashant Kishore with IPAC, when he started giving history of Goa, I also got convinced. Because whatever issues he has studied prior to 2010, and that too up to 1963, he was well aware of it. And when he explained me that, I was also knowing all the issues, and when we got together, and I said, okay, we'll go further, we'll discuss more. In between, Congress approached me.
Okay.
Congress said that, okay, we will have an alliance, or you do not come in the alliance, you be outside the alliance, and we will support you in some of the places. I accepted. But they could not go further. I don't know why they could not go further. Every meeting, nothing was coming.
Okay.
Nothing was coming. In spite, we were sitting, we were taking dinner, we were taking everything, tea, coffee, but could not come out for
A solution.
a solution on this issue. And when IPAC came, in the 2 meetings, everything was decided. Everything was decided.
So, I'll just take our viewers back to some experiences of coalition governments and, NGP's role in this. And correct me if I'm wrong on facts, but I'll attempt. See, the point is when the MGP and BJP first aligned in
1994.
That is the time when MGP got about 12 seats and the BJP got about 4 seats. Okay. Since then, after that alliance, one has seen the erosion of MGP's vote bank and the increase of the BJP's vote bank at the cost of MGP. So when that was happening, that that again became a cause for worry. Then there are 2 other things that have happened. You also got into an alliance when Dr. Willie was the chief minister. MGP supported Willie. Then when the Congress government came to power in 2007, again MGP supported them. Then of course differences happened over various issues and you all moved out. Then you all supported a BJP government. Okay. And then of course that relationship also got spoiled.
In 2004.
In 2004. So that relationship was spoiled. Then the Congress relationship when you were in alliance with the Digambar government, that again got spoiled. Then in 2012, correct me if I'm wrong, you all did not contest together. There was no pre-poll alliance.
No,
correct.
2012 there is a pre-poll.
Right, there was a pre-poll alliance, correct. But again, what really happened was even that relationship did not kind of go beyond the point. And we come to 2017. That was a unique case. I'll come to that later. But what I'm trying to get at is that if you look at this whole history, then your relationship with your alliance partners has always got into a stormy situation.
Yeah, correct.
So, A, if you can tell us why that has happened, and B, what is the guarantee that it will not happen this time?
One thing is very clear. Every time alliance partner ditched us. Every time. For example, BJP ditched us 5 times. Now I'll give you an example. In 12, we had with alliance,
Right.
pre-poll alliance.
With BJP, correct.
With BJP. They removed us as a cabinet minister in 1916, 1 year earlier than tenure.
2016, yes.
16. That is the first thing. Then in 2002, I helped them along with Babush, Mataji Saldana, everybody. But suddenly a decision is taken to drop Babush. Again, that support which we have given to the BJP, we have rethought. Even Madkekar came out from that. Nobody got that issue with cannot ignore such type of things when we are together and somebody is making problem to us, our group, then we also have to think more, no?
Correct.
And that is the reason we came together, 4-5 people, including Vicky Kashapa was there, and we decided to go out of, including Nehru. At that time, Congress asked me to become the chief minister. I told no. Pratap Singh Rani will make a chief minister and we will go for that. And then we had.
So you are essentially saying your alliance is an issue. Your alliance partner is an issue.
Every time alliance partner teachers.
In 2017 also you...
Alliance partner teachers. We have supported for forming the coalition government. There was no pre-poll alliance.
Then your MLAs were taken away.
That is later on. Before that they ditched me and then MLAs have taken away. This is the way of functioning of BJP.
But then if you are getting jolted and rejected again and again, what made you go back to them again and again?
No, there was no other parties than BJP to have a good administration. That was the problem. Because of Parrikar, there was an administration. Now, with this CM, there is no administration at all. But because of Parrikar, there was an administration. in Congress, there was all were chief ministers. All leaders, senior leaders were working like a chief minister. And that is what I was looking in the cabinet. That is what I am discussing in the cabinet. But nobody was bothered, nobody was ready to hear. This is the way what is happening in. I will give you one example. Now 17, Congress was 17 numbers in 17 elections.
Yes.
BJP was 13. 3 of mine, 3 of
I'll
Goa.
ask a specific question on that. Before that's my question. My question to you is that in 2017, after your bad experience of 2012 and what happened after that, what was shocking is that in 2017,
Correct.
you went back to prop up the Manohar Parrikar government. Now,
Right.
if you've been ditched so far, it is really surprising that the NGP decided to prop up Manohar Parrikar when the Congress had a clear majority.
Correct.
So what-
Absolutely correct.
What is the story?
This is only because the Congress could not decide their leader of the house. When
No,
any
I
party,
see.
after getting 17, could not decide leader of the house for 24 hours, what other party will support them?
No,
This is one
are
thing.
you saying that the MGP was committed to giving support to the Congress?
Of course, when Pratap Singh Rawji Rani came to me, I told, you decide your leader, I will support. Take 2 independents and 1 Churchill Alema. With this, our figure will be 6.
When did this discussion happen?
This on the same day of results.
Okay.
After polling
So
is
you are
over.
saying that on the same day of results,
Around 6 o'clock.
Pratap Singh Rani met you at your
At my residence, I told, then our Digambar Kamath came to me.
Okay.
To him also I told same thing, you decide your leader, come to me. But these people, Congress High Command and Congress could not decide the leader till next day also. Till next day evening, 8 o'clock, they decided the
So
leader
when-
by putting a ballot.
Right. So when did BJP approach you? You
Yeah.
see, like, as
Yes,
you say,
our-
as you said, chronology samjhiye.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Amit Shah always says.
Yeah, correct.
So chronology is Pratap Singh Rani met you at 6 p.m. on the day of the results.
Yeah.
Digambar Kamath also met you
Met me.
around that time.
Prior to that, Gadkari called me at 4 a.m. 4 p.m.
At 4 p.m. that
4 p.m. Then I told you, please call me at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then I told him on that day after calling, when this
At
could
7
not happen,
Yes.
7 p.m. you start, I told.
Mm-hmm.
From Delhi to come to Goa to form the government.
Okay. So after the Congress actually delayed it and did not choose the leader,
Correct.
you were open to talking to Gadkari.
Gadkari.
Now, after Gadkari arrived in the wee hours of the morning, I think around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and your discussion started, even at that time, did you again speak
Of
to
course,
Congress?
at around 4 o'clock,
In the morning.
Digambar's one close friend, Mr. Ravande, I called and told him, you decide the leader,
In the morning, 4 o'clock.
morning, 4 o'clock morning,
Yes.
and we will form the government.
Mm-hmm.
He told me he will let me know by 11 o'clock morning. I waited till 12 o'clock. And then at 12:15, I have given my party's letter and my letter to the Gadkari supporting that if, that also conditional, if at all Mr. Parrikar is coming to Goa as a chief minister, then only I am supporting.
The Congress did that ballot at about 8 o'clock. So between even after being
That is 9, 8 o'clock.
so till then the Congress
No,
had not done the ballot.
no. Congress decided their leader in the evening after 6:30.
So almost say close to
More than 24 hours.
they took to decide.
40 hours, almost say 1.5 days.
No, even after speaking to you at 6 a.m., they still waited for 24 hours.
24 hours, whereas Digambar Kamath told me, when she is person, that by 11 o'clock in the morning we are finalizing the leader. That was not done, you can ask Digambar Kamath. This is
So
the
you
fact.
are essentially saying that a Congress government without Goa forward could have also been
Was possible. Congress was not ready to take Goa forward inside, but with me 3, 2 independent, one is that Kankar and County, and one is our NCP, Churchill Alema, we would have been 22.
Right. So, okay, coming back to to the present. My issue is this alliance that you formed now. What is your kind of vision, your party's vision in taking Goa forward? I mean, you can look at it from the alliance point of view, but you can look at it from the MGP's point of view, because MGP faced many challenges. You lost your MLAs. And at the end of the day, you have just one seat, your seat right now. I mean, in the existing assembly, right? So, of course, MGP has suffered these setbacks. Now, how will you overcome these setbacks, and what's your vision for?
First thing, from 1963 to 1978, and especially after opinion poll,
Yes.
Bandurkar ruled and Shashikala Tai Kapurkar ruled.
Mm-hmm.
They were having some vision after 1968. And in that, what they have done, we have seen. One is dam at Savali, dam at North Goa. It's all done by MDP government. And because of that, people are survived of getting
Water.
sufficient water. Now the problem is there are a lot of things to be done in Goa, which Congress government could not do, and especially BJP government could not do. Now things are moving in a different way. People say this government is the corrupt government ever seen in Goa. Now this image of Goa, first we have to remove. Corruption at every level which has gone is to be removed. Now for that we have to take a strict decision. Even some corrupt officers are to be sacked. These
So
are
you feel there was no corruption during the Congress government also, which you were a part of?
no, during first tenure of Pratap Singh Ravji Rani, when I was also a businessman, till 1978, there was no corruption.
And what about the 2007 government?
After PDF forms, then there was a corruption.
No, but you were a part of the Congress
No,
government.
2007 that mining mall, a lot of problems were there. It is corruption only. See, 38 million tons was our additional requirement for Goa for mining, which is increased to 65
Yes.
million tons. This itself shows that there is a corruption in every part. Now we have to come over a lot of issues, especially in education. We have to come over. There are a lot of problems for our side also and other people also. Then comes to infrastructure development of Goa. Now see, one Shorao Bridge, this after 78, all governments have come, but they could not do Pandi Shorao Bridge. Simple thing, and people are facing.
Right.
This type of issue still remains. We have to take over such type of issues. We have to give good transportation, good environment-free development. Then only Goa will come up, tourism will increase. We have to give better facilities to tourists. That is also not done till today. Lot of tourists are lacking facilities. And because of that, many tourists are going from Goa to Kerala, Goa to Srinagar like that. And that we have to see. This is the thing. Then other issues are there. For example, being a son of the soil, I have to take a lot of issues in farming.
Right. Agriculture.
Yeah, agricultural is the backbone of India. One time it was the backbone of Goa also. But today if you see, agriculture cannot be sustained.
Yeah, it's not sustainable anymore.
Yeah, so sustainability is required, very important. And how you can give sustainability to the farmers, that is also
Also,
important.
farms have to be protected, our bunds have to be
Yeah,
protected, there is
bunds.
debris going on to the field.
All bunds have been collapsed.
Yes, these should be.
If you see, required 1,000 crores of rupees only on month.
Right.
Unless and until that month is done, and you can increase the tourism activity all across the rivers also. If you do that bunds,
Yes.
and while constructing bunds, if you make a proper provision of roads
Right.
along with bunds, then full on the bank of the rivers, Mandavi, Ruari, main rivers are there, you can
Go to the Sal.
Sal.
You know, one thing I want to also ask, and many people will raise this. See, the MGP all along has been perceived as a pro-Hindu party. Okay, all along. I mean, in the sense that pro-Hindu party, of course, pro-Hindu Bahujan party. Though, of course, upper caste Brahmins like you have ruled the party, but it always is seen as a party like that. And people feel that a lot of your policies and programs, other things are, are Hindu-centric or could be Hindu-centric. This is a perception. How will you, in this today's situation, balance that perception to show that you are all pan-Goa, pan-community party?
Usually, MGP is built as a party in 1968 purely for Goans, to retain the issues and to take up the issues of the proper Goan son of the soil. And that is the reason we are the government, in our government, we have taken a strong issues like Mulkar Act and Tenancy Act. These are the two strongest issues we have taken in our tenure and implemented. And I am proud because of Mulkar Act, many people got their houses.
Right.
It is only because
there
of,
are so many cases and disputes still lying. So,
even though it is lying, you cannot demolish.
right.
Even though it is lying in the court, you cannot touch to them within the 300 square meter area. And that is the reason today Goa and poor people are survived. That is one of the reasons why MGP survived. Now MGP has ruled around 17 years. Everybody knows what we have done in 17 years. We are lacking behind for so many reasons. That is what you say, that communally we are there. No. During our tenure, there were two parties. One is MGP, one is UGP. UG is United Goans. United Goans means some of the people came together and they were against of merging Goa into Maharashtra. But when this issue is brought to the notice of Bayus Balodkar, stating that some of the topmost people of Goa came to Bhabusaheb Balodkar, told him that if it is merged in Maharashtra, you will not be the chief minister of Goa. He got that, and he himself told people of his MGP group that not to vote to. That is the reason Goa remains along with that. And Bhabusaheb Balodkar again became the chief minister of Goa. People cannot forget that. Some of the people still raise this issue. This issue is closed.
Right.
You cannot raise this issue at this stage because after 1967, we again formed the government of MGP. We should not forget that. So people what say that we should not merge to the Goa. We got that. People again decided, even though in that Bhabusaheb Balodkar lost the election, but we want Bhabusaheb Balodkar as a chief minister of Goa. And he got elected in 1967-68 again and ruled up to 1979 by Thai. He died in between and died. Now the main issues, what MGP wants to take, there are a lot of issues. For example, Mopa airport issue, what I heard today, what CM was telling in the assembly, 27% of the stake in the Mopa airport will remain to the Goa government. Is it remain today? As per my knowledge, Mopa airport, which is the GMR company, they are selling their stake to other company as per my knowledge.
So you are saying that Goa has kind of diluted its stake in the Mopa project completely?
Completely. That means GMR is selling his stake to other companies. When is the question? Then Goa comes in picture. They have to take a decision. They do not have it. That is what I said. They do not have any administration. Now they have to take a strong decision on this. Same thing, they want Dabolim airport to continue. They are saying that we will continue, but nothing is going on there. That is the second thing. Then again, Indian waterways, we have signed the agreement. There also nothing is coming. Again we are fighting with the MPT issue, coal issue is there. Then again, our project is there. These are the all project, core project. This core project will spoil entire tourism in
You
Goa.
agree with that?
Of course,
Right, right.
it is. They are spoiling this
You
core.
agree that this double tracking which will have more coal will destroy Goa?
Already they started coal this thing, and coal will destroy tourism in Goa. Especially this area, South Goa area, they will spoil.
Right.
And there won't be any tourism in Goa if coal is increased like anything else. Because what I heard is 152 million tons coal they want to bring to Goa
Yes, yes.
in next
Yes.
2030.
Yeah, they increase the target. Yes.
2030, which will be harmful to Goa in all ways, not in only in tourism,
Yes, yes.
even drastically change the condition of the people in the state of Goa,
Right.
health-wise, everything. And we should stop this first. That is the requirement of the Goas. Any government which is coming in 2021 has to take a serious decision on it, and then administrative decision. Financial problems are much in Goa because of funds problem. We have to see also that,
Right.
and all other issues.
Issues.
Yeah, to be done.
One interesting question as we come to the close of this interview, and also linked to issues that you are aware of, is this statement made by the Chief Minister 2 or 3 days ago at a function in Mangeshi Temple on the 60th anniversary of Goa's liberation, where he says that lot of temples that were destroyed during the Portuguese era need to be rebuilt, and he sought the support of the people to have a Hindu Sanskriti and a Mandir Sanskriti as a Sanskriti of Goa. Now, the common belief is that this kind of a statement, whatever be the intentions, has the potential to cause some kind of a disturbance or a disorder. Because it obviously, is raking up an issue which is perhaps close. What does MBP stand on it, or your stand?
This I will answer in Konkani. Very important question. In 1510, Portuguese came in Goa, and they ruled almost say about 450 years. There was a lot of issues. I don't want to take that issues. But after Portuguese gone, and even during the Portuguese time, wherever the temples are destroyed or demolished, are also rebuilt during Portuguese tenure. I think this CM does not know this.
The temples were rebuilt during that.
Rebuilt is the only thing. Instead of Korkalim, Mangesh was there.
Right.
Mangesh was shifted to my side, Mangeshi, in Prior constituency.
Yes.
Malsa, Kirishi. Malsa was in Kirishi. Verna.
It was shifted
Kirishi is Verna.
Verna.
Verna, which was shifted to Malsa. Malsa means Margaon.
Right.
Our Mahalakshmi was in Kodwa, which is shifted and rebuilt in 400 years back in my place where I stay.
Right.
You might have visited there.
Yes, your home.
Nagesh is from your Kudka. Kudka, you know.
Yes.
It is shifted to Nageshi in Mandora. So where is the question? I don't know what type of statement the Chief Minister has given. I do not understand what is in his mind, whether he want to put a communal basis statement on this, because we are here, आम्ही जे हांगा ते एकामेकाच्या हाताक हात घालून गळ्यांत हात घालून जिवन घडटा. आम्ही खंयची कम्युनिटी असो. For example, during Ganesh Chaturthi, all people visit us, even Catholic, Muslims visit to me. We also visit for their, for example, tomorrow 25th
Christmas.
Christmas is there. We will go to each and every house to celebrate along with them, with friends. And then, where is the question? Such type of making statement is only a political statement. People should not take it seriously, because these people, they take decision in the morning, they change the decision in the evening. So this type of statement does not have any backing. ते फक्त हिंदू आणि बाकीच्या हातून डिफरन्सीस दाखोवपाक ते केल्ले आसा. सीएमान पयलीं अशें स्टेटमेंट करता आसतना आपूण ह्या राज्याचो मुख्यमंत्री अशें आसपाक जाय आनी जी देवळां पोर्तुगीज रिजमातूच बांदल्या थंय प्रश्न जेन्ना हाडले. ही सगळीं देवळां जी पळय शिफ्ट केली ती पोर्तुगीज रिजमातूच बांदल्या. हे ताणें समजून घेवपाची आवश्यकता आसा.
So this Hindu culture, temple culture, at the end of the day, it is uncalled for.
It is immaterial at this stage. At this, what we require to come together to strengthen the country, to strengthen the state, and all communities together we have to come. And that is the reason I went to the Trinamool Congress. This BJP wants that to divide the people.
How was your interaction with Mamata Banerjee?
See, Mamata Banerjee, when IPAC approached me, I have studied Mamata Banerjee. She is have come from a poor house. Her father was a pujari in the temple. And she is a MA, B.Ed, LLB. Wrote almost say about 114 books. Also sang in series. She has prepared series of 46 songs. She herself has done that. And I asked her whether there is a biography. She said, no, I will write in future, she told me. Such a good lady. And she wants to come forward to give good governance to Goa. If somebody helps her, definitely we can give. And that is the reason I approached her. Secondly, when I went to West Bengal, Calcutta, I have seen her house. It is a small two-room house. Office is not even 2 by 2 square meter, say about 6, maximum is 6 square meter. And 11 years chief minister in the West Bengal and does not have a good house also. What you feel? That means she do not require anything, publicity or anything manner from any other parties. That is what she has done, and I am appraised of that, and I have joined in the alliance.
Final question to you. We understand that there were good reasons for you to kind of join this alliance and take it forward. But obviously there are doubts amongst a lot of people. People keep raising these issues, saying that in the event of this coalition not being able to form the government, there is every likely possibility of the MGP ditching the coalition and going to the ruling party, BJP. How do you react to this kind of a statement or a perception?
See, here I can say you one thing. We never did coalition parties. In fact, in 1999, Congress did once. How you know? Congress got 22 seats. They were in comfortable position. Still, they started taking about 2 people. You remember?
This is which year? This is
Khalap, 1999. Khalap and Prakash Vaid, they took from MGP. This is started by Congress. That is the reason this thing is happening. But if we want to give a good government, good governance, then we require a change. 60% of the people do not decide anything as on today. And we will see that we will form 2021 government. So there won't be any changes from one party to other. We are capable of doing that. TMC and MGP, along with other parties, if some allies comes together, we will form the government.
And in the event of that not happening, you will still be steadfast with
Definitely, we are with TMC. We will go with TMC.
Win or lose. Win or lose.
Without
Win or lose. That is a guarantee that you are giving.
Of course, of course.
So to our viewers, to our readers,
Very well.
that MGP will not come out of the alliance, come what may.
Come on. But only thing TMC also see that their MLA should not, because in Goa what happened? In 4-5 MLAs switch over from one party to other. Now Congress, 12 MLAs have switch over. This can happen in TMC also.
You think so?
It is possible. The way it is going on, this can be also open. That time it becomes a problem.
What is the problem?
then what is the use of doing all this? Will come the picture. That is there. That particular thing is there. One, see, now today, in 1994 I started in MGP, but till today I am in MGP. Correct or not? Till today I am in MGP. I am ruling MGP as on today. Almost how many years? 28 years happening. And 28 years I am in the same party. This principle everybody should have. That once I got elected in the party, I will not leave the party. Then things will go.
So you are saying that if TMC MLAs don't split and go and block, and if there is no split, that doesn't happen, then you will be steadfastly with the alliance.
Yeah.
In the unlikely event of that happening, then you don't go.
No, I'm not saying that I will go.
Okay.
Still I will remain here only.
Right.
But apart from that, if nobody lives in alliance, then what is the use of alliance?
Right.
That is my question.
Correct. Okay. Okay. On this note, I thank Sri Ba for a very exhaustive interview where he has highlighted a lot of very interesting points and given us a lot of news points to chew on, especially the fact that the MGP had agreed to support the Congress government even without the Goa Forward Party, and his answers and responses to the whole Portuguese temple issue also is extremely significant and throws a new and a more authentic light on the subject. We will hopefully meet again in the course of time as this whole process goes on. Thank you very much.